Black Clover 260. The scans have been released, and I'm always covering Black Clover every Saturday, a day after One Piece. This chapter has to be one of the most suspenseful chapters that I've read in the past in this whole arc. The chapter's name is Dark Out, and we start off with the aftermath of Dante being defeated by Asta, and Asta ultimately seems like he has sacrificed his arm. It doesn't seem to go back to regular just like it was before, but it does seem like Asta has sacrificed his right arm, and I don't think it's going to go back to normal. Now we also get a really cool scene where Asta gets tired and Yami basically holds him, and he tells him, "Good job, Asta." And this again implies the amount of trust and faith that Yami has for his underling Asta. Again, showing the similarities between Asta and Yami and how much they've grown and how much Yami really appreciates Asta before. Like I said last week, Yami beforehand didn't really trust Asta to the point where he would want him to fight beside him, but now it's gotten to that point. We also get a nice little scene with Vanessa, Finral, and as well as Gouch as well. Gouch is finally good. I definitely thought he was gonna die, but I don't think that would happen too early. So we also see a little scene between Yami really thinking about who is the leader of the devils, and he even tells Finral that he's gonna restrain Dante just in case. Again, we all thought Dante was going to like reincarnate. It's still a possibility, but he sees this book and he says, well, we caught the enemy's leader of the devil possessed, so this will be the... And then out of nowhere, guys, we get a scene with ZENON. ZENON is looking at Yami with the most straight face I've ever seen, no emotion at all, and you could see the amount of fear in Yami's eyes. I mean, this guy is probably not even close to like Dante's power. I say I would rank the devils. I would say Dante is in the middle, and I would say ZENON is probably the actual leader and the strongest one because he has been highlighted the most. Again, Yami, out of nowhere, he's right in front of his face. Again, I love his design. I think it's really badass. And Yami just stares at him and with the amount of fear. And we've never seen Yami really stare at someone with that fear. And ultimately, ZENON does catch Yami off guard, and he hits him with the same attack that he hit Vengeance. And basically, Yami is unable to move. And again, this has to be one of the coolest scenes I've seen, but also one of the most like suspenseful scenes as well. We also see the background that he has the captain of the Golden Dawn. So this is the requirement to create the tree of Epiloth that connects the world and the afterworld, and the Arcane's dark magic and world tree magic. So with these two, the devils will basically have their goals set in stone if they don't do something about it. Again, he even tells Asta, he even sees Asta's arm, and he goes for the attack. Asta, of course, can't do anything, but finally we get Finral do something, and he actually uses his spatial magic and reflects the bow magic directly back at ZENON. And again, it goes to a scene. Now it looks like Yuno, but he says, "Good thing I finished in my head." But again, guys, he basically leaves with Yami and Vengeance and Dante and says, "I like to finish you too, but time is up," and he leaves. Basically, ZENON pretty much dips, and there's nothing really that they can't do. Finral, Vanessa, everyone's trying to attack him, but again, there's nothing that they can do. This guy is too powerful in my opinion. I think he's probably the most powerful character we have seen so far that's an antagonist. So it's basically up to everyone, I think. I think this arc is going to lead us into the Black Clover Magic Knights going into the Devil's World or the Devil's Dimension and fighting the devils in there. I think that would be a perfect transition between this arc, because it seems like this arc there's no win at the moment. At the moment, I don't see a resolution that will make sense enough for the Magic Knights to feel contempt. The only way I see this arc going is if they go into a demon realm and they go fight the demons in there. And again, we could see more fights. We could see demons that are weaker. We could see demons that are even more stronger too. We could even see the Demon King. That would be awesome. Again, the next scene we got is Asta asking for the devil to lend him his power, and he says he can't. He says no. In the beginning, your body doesn't move. With your body right now, any trade more than this won't be established. And he basically straight up says, because you're weak. And Asta's face, just the pure shockness that he's has had in that facial expression. It's amazing. Again, Asta trained 6 months, but it's still not enough for him to take more devil power, and I think that's gonna play a big role in his development later on in the story. Again, Vanessa uses her fate magic, but it doesn't do anything. There's nothing these guys could do against Dante. Dante is too overpowered, and he's basically leaving. Yami has like almost like a face, you know, telling them, I'm alright, I'll get out of this situation. And then he dips. Zenon does go, and the last scene is probably one of the most not saddest scenes, but probably the most resemblance scenes that I've seen in a while. It's, you know, Yami leaving with Zenon, and all you really see is Yami's rusty sword, and that's all that remains. Even the chapter states, after losing the master, what remains is a rusty katana. Now Asta is just staring at it and pretty much feels just like Yuno did a couple chapters ago, weak and wish that he was stronger. Again, there's questions regarding Yuno here. Is what was the outcome of Yuno against Zenon? Because if Zenon was able to take out Yuno, then how would Asta take out Zenon? Again, this is going to be almost a situation where the arc kind of makes it seem like there's no win against it. And I still do feel that Noelle is probably going to lose against the devil she is fighting. And this will lead to the light triad, Asta, Yuno, and Noelle, going into the demon dimension and fighting the dark triad and ending things once and for all. And again, we should see the next chapter. I think the next chapter we're going to see the outcome of Noelle versus her devil. And it's going to be amazing, guys. Black Clover is getting amazing. If you guys haven't caught up to Black Clover, I would definitely recommend it. It's probably gonna be even more hype in the next chapters. I'm out, guys. Peace.